The Weed of the Week is sponsored by the Enlist Weed Control System from Dow AgroSciences, a new herbicide and trait system that will build on glyphosate.
You work to protect your farm's legacy and to keep it going. Introducing the Enlist Weed Control System, an advanced herbicide and trait system that will build on glyphosate for exceptional control of tough weeds. The next chapter begins.
Our weed of the week is white clover, and Brian, we probably see it more in lawns than anywhere else.
Yep, and it is kind of tough to control in lawns because a lot of times all these products that you can buy at the hardware store or something, they're really watered down. No offense, but I want to get the real stuff.
They're supposed to be ready to use, and,
Right.
and yeah, I like the concentrated versions where I control what that concentration is. Now, when we're talking about white clover, there's a few ways you can go. We're talking about a perennial weed here, so it's going to be a big time problem. It has a big, serious root system. So all you can do is either A, use 2,4-D repeatedly throughout the season. I'm talking probably 3 times, going out, really burning it down, then when it starts to regrow, really burn it again. And the most important ones are going to be early in the spring, so you can get grass established around it and try and choke it out. And also in the fall, when you can try and kill it before you go into winter when it's trying to store up its reserves.
There is one product for lawns that's a little bit better in terms of residual. That's called Drive. And there are a few other ones that you might find out there too.
Drive's also better in that you don't have as much of a drift concern as 2,4-D. 2,4-D can have vapor drift where it can actually pick up and move. With Drive, if you actually get it to land safely where you want it to be, you don't have to worry as much about your flowers or your trees.
Yep, so in other words, Drive is something to use more in the middle of the year, or especially right around this time.
All right, let's talk in crop because frankly we don't see eye to eye on this. In Roundup Ready corn or soybeans,
I think Roundup's great if you can use a couple of quarts, which you can, or 4 pound I'm talking, so 44 ounces of Power Max in soybeans. It's going to wipe it out, Darren.
Well, I don't think it's really great. I think a lot of guys are having better luck using some dicamba, especially hitting it in the fall. You can go out in the fall before you're going to plant soybeans next spring. That would be okay. Dicamba does a nice job. It burns it quick, and that's why guys like it, but it doesn't get down to the root system like Roundup. So I would recommend if you could do a fall application, go with the strongest rate of Roundup that's possibly labeled. That would be the way to totally wipe out white clover.
Corn, status, soybeans, Roundup, wheat, Husky. That's about all we got.
All right, well, that's it for our Weed of the Week, but Iron Talk is coming up next.